hell no. Now that's better. This is your president, Ms. Entertainment, and welcome to the Power Hour. We're getting ready to kick this thing off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Ms. Entertainment. I am your president of the Real Ass People Society. So welcome to the Power Hour. We're live every Saturday at noon on Terradome Entertainment Radio, where we play the best hits from old school to new school hip-hop, R&B, and more. So go to terradomeentradio.com, click on the Listen Live button, and there you go. That's where we at. And if you don't catch us live, you can always catch the replay of this show on Sunday at noon on Terradome Entertainment or ENT YouTube or on all your major podcast apps. Of course, I'm not in the place alone. Let me introduce my entertainment officer, DJ Talented.
What's going on, people? What's going on, world? This is your boy DJ Talented, and as I always say, it's better to be above it than under it. You dig?
You dig. So in the studio for the very first time on the Power Hour, we got Jamaal Broome. That's you?
Good day, everyone. Happy to be here.
All right. So, as I always do, let's do our check-in. How have your week been?
My week, I mean, dealing with life. Life is, does its things. And right now, trying to stay out of the chemical plume. And trying to, take care of family and, do what we can. Week has been well.
Okay. It's funny about that chemical thing because I work in progress. I don't watch the news, but I was seeing people put stuff on Facebook or IG, and it's like it did not click as that was here and going on. It's like, what the hell are they doing? Until we was talking about this yesterday, I was like, ow! Because even with the little thing that's sent to your phone, it's like I didn't even look at it. I got so desensitized.
You gotta pay attention to your environment, your community, because I mean it hit home for me because my mom's lives in Conyers where it happened. Right?
Oh wow!
Ground zero. So at first she had to evacuate. Then they told her to stay in shelter in place. So making sure that she's okay. So that's So it hit home close for some of us.
Are you on that side of town or no?
No, I'm on the opposite side of town. I'm in Smyrna.
Okay. Did she come and stay with you guys? Or
she was heading out, but then they told everybody not to because the roads were crazy. People trying to get out, but then they told everybody in her. She's on the other side of the highway, so they told them to shelter in place and just stay inside. So now she's got cabin fever. I was like, Mom, you just got to stay chill. Don't close your windows and air vents and stuff like that. So
not even just if just get in the car. She got a garage. Get in there and just head to you. Just don't roll down your windows until you get to 285.
We'll check it if it's things. It's still right now. It's still lingering. Right, we're trying to monitor the situation.
Okay, because it's like what the hell? It's like now it's like that's what happened.
It's real out there.
Yeah, it is definitely. DJ Talented, what's going on with you?
My week is like last week.
What does that mean?
As they say, life is lifing. Yeah. My week is weaking. The same thing with the job. It just get on my nerve.
Well, yeah, but hey, you got a job, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I got one, but the damn people need to go bury their head in the dirt.
Yeah, that's the drawback. People.
Yeah, it's always the people.
It's always the people. And that's like mine it's been okay this week. Just still trying to make it do what it do. Not trying to, will do. And I attended a rehearsal for one of my artists, and it's like because he's in a play, and I think I'm becoming a play snob because and it's unfair to compare, but I do. We recently went and saw The Color Purple at the Aurora Theater, and oh my God, that play was amazing. amazing. And I know that's on a different scale and blah, blah, blah. It just seems like there's a pattern or a theme with all black cast that they trying to follow the Tyler Perry format where everything is about God. Now, not saying I'm not a believer. I am a believer. But do everything has to, it's like they pandering to the black community. Is, let me talk about God. That'll get them in there, get butts and seats.
Right.
Can we have a more diverse or depth
There you go.
to the plays?
There
And
you
I say,
go.
well, maybe I'm becoming a play snob. I don't know.
You're right. No, this we have.
Say what? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's no monolith of black people and what we like. I mean, there's an eclectic mix of types of plays and subject matters we can tackle in our entertainment and our theater. So
Yeah,
I agree.
Everything don't have to be God. Because God to me is automatic. He's already there.
Right.
He's not. You don't have to keep saying it because he's already there. So I don't know. And then of course my play was the bomb. So everything has to compare. Okay, I'm tripping. No, I'm not.
No, God, please, no,
I'm not.
no.
No, I'm not. I told Kyle because we went and saw a play on this past Saturday, and I was like, I'm a fucking genius because I didn't go to school for this, but my play was amazing, if I must say myself.
So it's a play you wrote or you directed?
Yes, I wrote, directed, and co-produced Struggles of a Father's Love, running 2 years straight, and now we're in the process of taking it to become a movie, because originally that's what it started off as anyway, but I switched it to a play to get that immediate, I guess, almost immediate response.
Right.
But now we're gonna go ahead on and turn it into a movie.
All right.
Yeah. Yep. I need my class, please. Thank you. Thank you. So, but I'm rewriting the script now. Now, with me, though, I have to be inspired. And sometimes I let other stuff creep in, and it kind of dampens my inspiration. So I have to figure out a real way, because I'm trying different things to keep all that negativity out so I can get back to my creativity. So, because I have to go ahead on and finish rewriting the script, because I feel like I have to do this story as for making it a movie. And just to catch folks up and yourself too, the story was inspired by my husband's story. So, so yeah, it's his ups and downs of being a father trying to connect with his son.
Okay.
And all the music in there is original music. So all the artists, we produced it or whatever, but these were original songs.
I love it. Oh wow, I can't wait to check it out.
So yeah, we're gonna do it. We're definitely gonna do it. All right, let's go ahead on and get into our show. Are we ready to roll my intro, please?
We get it real, like you popping a red pill. Ain't no time for acting, it's like camera action. Real life is a script, real talk is what it is. And like he doesn't sit back at it again until you can't filter it. It's raw.
First Saturday of every month, I always dedicate my show to men and men issues, because I feel that you guys don't have enough platform to speak your truth. And so I'm doing my part because it's necessary to hear your side. We're inundated with women talking, and women always talking. But what about the men? Y'all have something to say. Taking it from Andre, y'all got something to say. So I want to hear what you have to say. So in this week's topic, I want to discuss, do you all, for as men, feel pressured to be successful? So, and my first question is, what does success means to you? Kick it off with you, Jamaal.
First of all, thank you so much for giving this platform for men to be heard, because it's nice every once in a while to be able to be heard and know that people are listening and interested in what we have to say. And yeah, in terms of answering your question, what is success?
What does that mean to you?
Yeah, success to me, it depends on where I am in life. It could be dynamic. It could be just being able to meet your commitments. It could be achieving a certain goal. It could mean being there to to start to plant the tree and see the fruit grow from you know your efforts or the efforts of others and supporting others, and that success in itself being others, helping others be successful. So it could have many definitions. For me, it's like just being able to meet some of the goals that I've set for myself, being able to achieve those goals and being able to learn along the way. The success is the journey, and being able to learn along that journey and learning what I like, what I don't like, what is helping me to achieve whatever those goals are.
Okay, Mr. Talented,
Success.
what does that mean to you?
It means doing the things that need to be done in life. Like success could be taking care of your kids.
Right,
Success could be maintaining your marriage.
right,
Success. I don't really look at success as money, as a monetary thing, because anybody can get money. But what are you doing with that money? That's the successful part of it. What are you doing with the money, and where are you allowing yourself to use this money? So do you put money away for your future? That could be part of success. Completing, like he said, your goals. That's definitely success. Like one of my goals is to buy a house. That's a goal. One of the goals is to make sure that my wife is always happy. That's a goal. So those are my success stories or
Okay.
situations.
All right. So, for as men, do you have those unique pressures of success? Like you said, is that coming from society as a whole, or is that a personal goal, or does success, I guess societal success measures play a part in your idea of being successful?
You go first, my brother.
That-
uh, it's very much, to me, it's very much it's something that could be seen or analyzed through a cultural lens. I mean,
Tell me more.
it's in terms of what we from an early age, men and women in certain communities, we're reared to be successful, and by what that community deems as successful. So, for instance, I'm born and raised in New York through Caribbean heritage, and my Jamaican mom and Bayesian father and their families, that they see certain, you had to achieve a certain amount of success in school. You had to be achieve a certain amount of grades. You had to go to school and study this or this. Certain other things were acceptable. If you wanted to be successful, DJ, or you wanted to write rhymes like some of my friends did and I did back in the days, or whatever, that's a little hobby, but that's not going to be. You have to be successful in the traditional schooling or what have you, and then from there take that on to career and whatever they see that they deem for you as success, and that's a pressure to achieve. That some people may fall in line with that, and it may align with their goals, or some people may reject that, and that's a constant thing, that pressure that's being based on your community. And then there's some communities, this is a man, like you said, this is a focus on men. There's certain communities where, or from a cultural aspect, where what you deem as success could be looked upon by others as negative. When I say that, I mean like growing up, you know, especially growing up in certain neighborhoods, growing up in the hood. It's like, okay, if you like, hey, I want to achieve. I want to be a high achiever. I want to do, I want to do this. I want to go to school. I want to, get a career, do this. And there are others who, who may be doing other things. Maybe it could be sports. It could be athletic. It could be music. It could be doing things that may not be, let's say, looked upon as, favorable, illegal, whatever it is. They may have a different aspect of like what that success will look like, and may look down upon you and like, oh, well, you're trying to be,
Mm-hmm.
and
anything but non-black.
Right.
Anything but black.
Right. Anything but black, because you want to achieve a certain amount of success, or you want to. So yeah, we have to, as men, especially men of color, we have to manage that and deal with that in terms of what society expects based on our own cultural lens on how we're seeing things.
Okay. So DJ Talented. Now you don't have a Caribbean background, but you did grow up in like Chicago area. Is there a difference for what is success? Is when you coming from that area?
The area I come from is a little bit south of Chicago, and it was more like the country area. So what you deem success in those times was somebody that had a car that had some rims on it, or somebody that had beats in their car. Just well, when you get grown, you think of it a whole totally different. But when you're young, you think of it like that. Somebody that got $100 in their pocket, or can flash or not. That's what was success back then. But again, once you get older, you see that is the wrong type of success, because it was normally the drug dealers that had that type of stuff.
That's what my next question was. So with that non-traditional type, non-conventional, put it like that, like going to work or whatever, even if you were a drug dealer, you was considered successful?
Yes, because you had the job, but then you also have this on the side, and you doing more in numbers with this on the side than with your job. So basically what it was a cover-up. So you can go do your dirt somewhere else, then you come home, you go to work, that's a cover-up. So basically the government can't mess with you. So.
They catch you with that shit on you, they gonna mess with you.
Well, if they catch you with it, but most of the time they didn't catch people. They didn't even think that the people was doing that type of stuff, unless they set up a sting or something and then saw this person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that was.
So it made some definitely, DJ Talented made some definitely great points, because I think growth comes with reevaluating your idea of success as you at every step, at every stage. What you thought may have been successful, or what you deemed as successful, and what your peers may deem as successful at one stage, is not, at a different time, you may looked upon as, like you said, it's not successful.
Definitely.
So, real talk. I mean, when I was younger, some of that stuff that you said, what is it? That was my idea of success. Or when you first get out of school, you wanted, or just for a few years out of school, you wanted to get a job, and it was all about getting the highest salary you can get. This is successful. At this stage of the game, money is not about the goal anymore. I mean, everybody wants to be comfortable. Everyone wants to be able to take care of what they need to take care of. But success is having time, having freedom, having being able to do what you want, being able to travel, being able to take care of your family, take care of people that you want to take care of. That's success. And so that definition of how you define success changes along your journey.
So let me ask you this then. For like, if there was a wife that had this high demanding but high paying job, and the man is a stay-at-home dad, so he's the one that's home with the kids and making sure the house is good and blah blah blah, would you still consider him successful because he's still taking care of his family, but in a non-traditional way?
I would say yes. Is he successfully taking care of the house? Is he successfully taking care of the kids? Is he still successfully maintaining those cars, his and hers? Is he still successfully protecting her and their assets? Is that success in its own lane?
Mm-hmm.
And I agree 100%. But he has to be comfortable with that. He has to know that this is, like I said, once he stated that this is, or he understands that this is his goals. His goals is to make sure taking care of house and home, taking care of, like he said, the kids, car, making sure that his wife has what she needs so that she can be successful. If he's holding it down on all those fronts, then by all means, yes, he's a success. And as long as he's comfortable with that, no matter what anyone else says.
Now, could you guys be comfortable with that? If you're home, but the wife, like I said, she's CEO over, like she's a, over Warner Brothers or whatever. That's a high demanding, high stressful, but high paying job. There's no need for you technically to work
I would
because
say
she's bringing in millions.
I would say if she don't bring the stress home, I don't care what job she works.
No, could you stay at home? Would you still be working? That's my question. If she's bringing home millions, would you stop bringing home your hundreds?
I think
Could you do that?
I got a little hustle in me, so I don't think that I could just not have any money coming in for myself. Meaning that I have to do something to get some type of money. So I don't think I could ever give anybody that much, so where they can say if they want to go crazy and say,
You said nut
nigga,
up.
yeah. So if they want to go crazy and just tell me get out, I ain't just out in the streets.
I feel you.
What about you, Jamaal?
Yeah, it's I'll be honest. At one time, I probably wouldn't have been able to do that, and I don't know if I'm in that position now. It all comes down to what the individual, the man feels, where he derives his value, his self-worth. Meaning, like, if I feel as if I'm contributing to what we're growing, but at the same time, I have skills and abilities that I'm utilizing, whether it be to help at home, whether it be something on the side that I'm doing that is fulfilling for me. I still have to be doing something that is fulfilling, that's meeting that need. So whether it be you work in this, I'm gonna work and do my 9 to 5 or do whatever, even if I don't need to, but I feel I need to. If you don't feel you need to, but you could do something else, it could be volunteering. It could be something where you are giving back to the community and doing something where you're not getting necessarily paid from it, or at least monetary, but you are. It's fulfilling because you're helping, participating in the upliftment of your community,
Right.
and you're doing something, so it's fulfilling your need. At the same time, while your wife is holding it down and she's got this important role that's important to her, as long as everyone's needs are being met, it's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. But if somebody, if that man feels, and I can feel, you can't blame him if he feels if like, hey, I'm not meeting the needs that I have, and my self-worth feels like it's diminished because she's got this important role and I feel less than, then he's got to do something to change that, because it's not otherwise it's not going to work.
Agree. Definitely agree. Do you think women as a whole bring a certain amount of stress to men to be successful?
I would say yeah.
You was gonna jump in on that one.
I would say yes, because some women, they put more on you to be successful. That, like it's an article I was reading a little while ago, where this woman said if her man takes a nap during the daytime, he ain't a man.
Mm.
What is that telling you about that? That's a bad relationship, because she's forcing him to have to do something to instead of taking a nap. What's wrong with taking a nap? That's crazy. And then, I've heard, well, females be, he got to get some money or we can't be together. So they're, in times, will suggest him to go into the streets and get money. Whether he die or whether he get locked up. She still want him to get in the streets and get the money. So that relationship is all about money. So that is a big stress situation right there. Stressful. Yeah.
That's mad stress right there. The question again about do women
Bring another
pressure?
Yeah. Is there another layer of the stress to be successful as dealing with women?
Yeah, because I think, women, let's be real, women are the driver for a lot of things that men, do from an early age. And for once you start to realize what your own internal drivers are, what motivates you, what you deem as success, or how you define that internally. I think yes, women can certainly still have your partner could still have an influence on that, but I think like for instance, if I want to take a nap in the middle of the damn day, I'm taking a nap in the middle of the day, and you're not going to tell me that it's I'm a bum, or I'm not, because I internally I drive, or I help define what how I view success. Now, like I said, of course, your women, your partner, significant other, are certainly going to have a lot of influence on that. And as they should, but it's always going to be what's internal, what's inside me, that's going to really drive like what I feel. It's going to I'm going to put more pressure on myself probably to meet what I deem as successful than anyone else externally.
Now I'm going to flip it. Do men put stress on other men on what is successful? Do you, look at another man that's maybe not contributing to the household enough in your eyes? Do y'all do that to each other?
My brother, if you want to answer that first.
I go with it, yes. Yeah. I mean, people put stress on people, regardless, men or women. People put stress on people. Let's say you got a son or a roommate, and they just sitting, playing games, ain't making no money from playing the games, but they don't feel like they need to get up and go get something. Or as Outkast say, get up, get out and get something. They feel like they comfortable with the way that they living. Mm-hmm. So either they'll go get a job and be on the job for a month at a time, or I didn't like that job, or they was talking to me funny, or they was making me do extra work. It's men do it too. So they make up excuses to do nothing. So while you sitting over here with this roommate that's doing nothing, you stressing and you paying all the bills, all your money is going towards whatever that needs to be done in the house, and this other person sitting over here chilling.
Now, do you check him? That's what I mean.
Oh, yeah. You got to. Hey, you got to get up. You got to get out and get something, or you're going to have to get up and get your ass out, period.
What do you think?
So, I think we need to, men in general need to, when you can check someone when you also in the same vein are also supportive of that person.
Okay.
Meaning, like, men in general, we should, and I know we don't do enough of it, at least, from my vantage point, from what I've seen, is, be there for each other and support one another, open up to one another, and at times when we need to, check one another. And I'm not saying, be all up in the next man's household affairs and be all up in his business as far as what's going on in his household, because that's between he and whatever his household. But when you see someone who is falling off their way, or not meeting their expectations, their own expectations of what they want to achieve or what they deem as successful, or they are not taking care of what needs to be taken care of in terms of their family, their kids, or what have you. Yeah, then you do enough of looking out and checking each other. I'm going to speak for myself. I should definitely do more of that, and also definitely do more of being supportive of one another when we need support. And shout out to one of my boys just yesterday. It was just recent. Just yesterday, I had something, a career move I was trying to contemplate. I had an interview, something that was coming up, and one of my boys, we usually talk sports together. The first thing he said was, how did it go? And he wasn't talking about, my fantasy squad over the weekend or whatever. He was talking about, was the plan, your strategies on, getting, you had this interview. I know you wanted to do that. You wanted to map out a plan for your business. How did that go? And he was trying to be supportive as a brother, and just being there as a fellow man, knowing the pressures that, we have on ourselves and trying to be successful. And he was trying to be supportive. And, I appreciate it. That's one of my best friends. And I definitely appreciate him for that.
Because that goes into my next question when it comes to mental health. How are men supporting each other? Or do you? Or, don't do enough? Especially when it comes to careers, success, money, taking care of your family. How do you do it, and how do you handle it on you, for yourself? Because we had a few discussions on mental health, but this one here has a little twist when it comes to success, because being as like myself in a transition, I handle things a little bit different being a woman versus a man. So how do you all help each other? Waiting on, I guess, DJ Talented.
For me, is working on helping a person mentally is being in that corner, speaking to them, listening when they want you to listen. If you can, try to steer them in what you think would be the right way of you helping them. Now, I just feel like financial success, as if somebody was in a transition, just kind of, hey, I seen this today. Is this something that you're interested in? Like different websites, if you know a website that somebody can go to for something that they're interested in, kind of guide them in that type of way. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he made definitely. DJ Talent made a lot of great points with regard to just being supportive and listening. That's key. I think we need to do a lot more of that. I'll speak for myself, just making sure that we're supportive of our fellow brothers. We're helping them achieve their success. Really, understanding what they deem as success and how to help them achieve their goals, how to help them be successful. We need to help all of each other be successful, and then, raise each other up. You know what I'm saying? So, rising tide lifts all boats. So we can all get it, so to speak, by being there, being supportive of our fellow brothers, and we don't do enough of that.
And I got two questions, and then I'm gonna close it out right there. When it comes to relationships with your significant other, do you feel a pressure to make that successful, or do you feel that, when it's not successful, do you feel like you are a failure, or the relationship itself was a failure, or both? Good question.
I would say for me is like a letdown. I wouldn't say a failure. It's a letdown because you still can do it. It's just taking more time than what you actually set forward. Um, I wouldn't blame the relationship because it all starts with self. So if you not doing what you need to do for self, then the relationship ain't gonna work.
So let me put it like this: I had a young lady that told me that when a relationship fails, it's always the man's fault.
I take that first.
The man has the responsibility of making sure that the relationship is good. This truly came out somebody's mouth.
Well, you can see she's one of those. She had to be one of them new ones.
Mm-mm.
She's an older lady, and she's see. You know. Oh my God. That is new. I can't.
I'm curious how many successful relationships has she been in, or is she you know, I don't know, but I don't know, but
She kind of by herself right now.
yeah, well, that was my point. That was my point. That was my point. So, I mean, anytime a relationship, you know, fails, there's disappointment, and there's a certain amount of, you know, looking back or self-reflection that both parties should do, really. And if you feel as if, as a man, that, you know, if you've done everything that you could within the relationship in terms of trying to make it work, and, you know, trying to be successful, whatever that may be, or whatever you feel that is for that relationship, and it didn't work out, and you could still, you know, hold your head up and say, you know, we tried, and it didn't work. The relationship didn't work. It was, for whatever reason, it wasn't meant to be. And, you know, if the woman always wants to put that at the feet of the man, and
Nah, I don't agree with that one.
I don't know. I don't think that's right. But
two people are in a relationship.
It's got to be two people making it work. It's two people in it. So, yeah, it's not. But yeah, it's not anyone's fault per se. If both people are really working hard to do what they can, and the things that didn't work out. Now, if one person is obviously, you know, had some shortcomings people talked. The man and the woman talked about it, whether it's the man's shortcomings or the woman's shortcomings, and you talked about it, and those still, you know, people's needs weren't being met, and those shortcomings were still affecting the relationship. Then yeah, it's on that person, whether it be the man or the woman,
Agreed.
to own up to, like, yeah, they caused the failure of a relationship, but it's not always, the onus is not always on the man to
make it work.
That means the woman has no responsibility whatsoever. She can act a fool and be like, "Oh, it's the man. You got to make it work."
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, get out. Get out of here with that. With that video.
That's why she alone.
Right. Exactly.
Alone.
Exactly. Enough said.
Enough said. My last question, as advice to the younger men that's coming behind you, because whether we see it up front or not, people are always watching, you know. And so you have the youngsters that's coming behind you that's watching you, whether it's your sons, nephews, whoever, you know. What do you advise them as they're coming up, and as far as what is success, especially when you're saying that when you were young, you looked at the rims or the car or the drug dealers as success, and you know now that only ends up two ways. So what do you tell the younger folks, the younger men that's coming behind you, watching you?
What I would tell them is what I actually tell my son is, you know, keep your head down, work hard, stay out the streets, do the most that you can for the people that you love, as well as yourself. Keep yourself healthy, mentally. If you need to talk to somebody, regardless if it's me or one of your friends. If you got a friend that will actually listen and not just interject, speak to that person. Don't let any stressful situations get you to a point where you are harming yourself, meaning either you're working too hard and you're not getting enough sleep, you allowing people to speak negative things to you. Don't let that stuff get to you, and keep on pushing. You're gonna get where you want to be when you want to get there, or maybe just a little bit later. But you keep working towards the goal, you'll be able to complete that goal.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well said. Well said. I agree. Understanding that this life is a journey, and making sure that they embrace the journey along the way, making sure that they're in a constant state of learning about who they are, learning about the gifts and the talents that they have to offer the world, and then how they can utilize that to achieve their goals, to be successful. Whether that be something it could be for monetary gain, it could be, like I said, to make an impact on their world and their environment, to their community, whatever that may be. Is to definitely take a moment to learn who they are, what they want to achieve, and because that's going to be the compass that's going to help guide them along their path and help them get to where they need to be. And know that they have a support system. Embrace their support system. Know they can't do it on their own. They can't do. None of us achieve anything all on our own. Making sure that they recognize that to tap into their support system, tap into their network, realizing that it takes a village, and and embrace that, and know that like what I tell this to whether it be my mentees, my family, the nephews, that whoever it may be. We as men, as fellow men, we're there for them.
I think that's important,
Yeah.
and that's one thing that I see as far as a generational change. Men are trying to be more vocal and more vulnerable, which is huge.
Yes.
Versus compared to your fathers or grandfathers back in the day.
Vulnerability was seen as a weakness back in the day. Let's be real.
It
what I'm saying?
was.
It was seen as a weakness, but we're realizing that, embracing that, acknowledging that could be a strength.
It is a strength.
Yeah.
It is definitely a strength. And stress reliever.
No doubt.
All right. Let's go ahead on and kick this off to the real ass question of the day. All right. So my real last question today, and I took it easy on you. I was nice this time. So you all are, you out with your boys, y'all kicking it, at a sports bar. Everything is good, y'all dapping it up and everything. Only one thing, your waitress keeps messing up your orders. It's just one thing after another, right? And then one of your boys just has had enough and proceeds to curse this waitress out. I mean, straight up curse her ass out. What do you do as men?
Me personally, I'll tell my friend to calm down, because it's just food. If you need to leave this place and we go to somewhere else, we can go to somewhere else, because it may be her fault, but you making yourself look bad by cussing this lady out. As they say, you acting like a nigga. So why do that? Yeah, it's irritating. It's irritating as hell, but you don't have to eat there. You don't have to be there. Go to the next place.
Okay, I like that.
All right, this is the real ass question. It's the rack.
Yes, I need you to be real raw and rugged.
It's all right. First, they recognize that there's an underlying issue there. Like, nobody's gonna. No one will just basically curse out. Yes, they mess up your order. That can be stressful, but does that level of stress and does that response match you know what I'm saying, what the issue at hand and what the situation calls for? So obviously, if there's some misalignment there and they're responding in a way that doesn't align or doesn't match with what the issue is, then obviously there's an issue. There's something underlying there that going on with that brother, going on with your boy. So it's again, supporting one another. Yeah, I'll pull the brother over to the side, talk to him. She's like, yo, what's good? What's going on? What's problem? Let's talk. Let's figure out what's because all of this isn't necessary, and you're making, like my man said, you're making yourself look bad. That that's not a good reflection on you. I speak from experience because I've been in this situation happened.
Really?
It was years ago, but our food was late, and one of my boys just went off. Like he made a scene. He made a scene and got up and left. And I'm like, dude, what's happening? What's really wrong? What's really happening? Because it just wasn't called for. And like I said, we gotta step up and be there for our brothers. The wrong, you're not gonna pile on. You don't go on top of it like, oh yeah, she was wrong, but like you can't. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not. She's just trying to do a job. I've been there. I used to work in a restaurant, and it can get stressful sometimes. So it can be stressful, and she's just trying to do a job. She's not there deliberately trying to mess up your order or deliver. A lot of times, it's stuff beyond her control, and you got to recognize that she's working with a kitchen that could be, there could be problems with. It's a lot of things in the process that could go wrong that can impact the way, but she's just the face of the restaurant. She's that last mile to your food, to your table, so she catches the brunt of it. It may not be her fault. So you got to recognize that there's something going on with your boy. Holler at your boy. Recognize that, being supportive, get him the help he needs, because that's not acceptable. And, step up as a man and be like, dude, you can't be doing this.
Did he understand, and was there, not to get in his business, but was there something underlining that was going on with him?
Probably, but I was much younger at the time, and I was just like, yo, why is he wilding out? And we didn't understand it at the time, and we just let him, he left, and we were just like, okay, well, we got our food, just eat. Now and it's funny because he's still one of my closest friends. He was one of the groomsmen in my wedding, and we are much more open now. Like we're vulnerable in front of each other. Every time I'm with that brother, we like, yo, every time we leave, I love you, brother. And that's something we never did when we were in our 20s. And now, what I'm saying,
you should ask him what was going on.
He'd probably laugh. I was like, yo, and I know he remembers the time. Like, remember the time we was in, he was hitting the table. I want my food now. Poor waitress, server, she didn't know what was going on. She had to run and get the manager.
Security.
Right. She was like, this black man wilding out in here. It was about to be a problem.
You should ask him, though. You should ask him, man, what was really going on during that time? Because something, like you said, I agree, unless he's just a real asshole, right. It was definitely probably something going on.
Which he's not. So, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, good answers. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move into celebrating some black excellence. All right. Every week we recognize and celebrate the achievements and contributions African Americans have made to this country. Today we celebrate John Amos Jr., an actor, playwright, and producer. John started as a football player and Golden Gloves boxing champion, and what I didn't know, he was also a veteran. After bouncing around from team to team playing football, he decided to go into acting, and he is best known for his roles in Good Time, Roots, Coming to America, and two of my personal favorites, Let's Do It Again and Die Hard 2. Mm-hmm. So again, today, John Amos, we salute you and your contributions to making this country great. Rest in peace. All right, one announcement. Night of Expression open mic and more at the fabulous Magic Soul Food Restaurant in Sandy Springs is October 12th, starting at 7 p.m. So come out and get your soul and your belly fed. We'll have some featured artists, of course, the open mic and some giveaways. And that is our show. But before we close, I need to pay some bills. So here's a word from our sponsor, Terradome Entertainment. Terradome Entertainment. We turn your fear of dreaming into amazing realities. If your dream is to become a photographer, we have a nice intimate photo studio just for you. If you want to record that next hit song or do voiceover work, we have a state-of-the-art studio also for you. If you want to professionally record your own podcast, well, we have that too. Check us out at www.terradoneentertainment.com. We are the only ones to turn your fear of dreaming into amazing realities. All right, shout out to dude over there, producer extraordinaire, for some of those beats. If you have any questions or comments, email us at info@terradonent.com. That's info@terradonent.com. Final words, DJ Talented.
Final words is, men, you need to get you a mentor. You need to get somebody that you can pour into as well. You need to be a mentor. And you actually need to listen sometime. We don't do a lot of that, but we need to listen.
All right, final words, Jamaal.
Yo, my man said it all right there. I love it, man. That's just really be supportive. Let's lift each other up, and support, especially, men of color, black men. We need to look out for one another, support one another, listen to one another, be vulnerable for one another. Everything we talked about today, you definitely made some valid points, and I'm glad to be a part of this discussion.
I'm glad you're here too. All right, this is the Real Ass Check Your Truth time. All right, in life, whether we realize it or not, we are always being observed. It's easy to assume that when people aren't directly interacting with us, they aren't paying attention. Contrary to what you may think, people are often observing more than we think. Friends, colleagues, acquaintances, and even strangers may be quietly noticing how we carry ourselves, how we react to challenges, how we represent our values. Always strive to present your best self, even when you're not feeling your best. Now, this doesn't mean pretending that everything is perfect or that you're not struggling. It's about showing resilience, grace, determination in the face of adversity. People admire authenticity, and they inspire when they see someone pushing through tough moments with integrity and strength. Always present your best self, and even when you're not feeling your best, you might just be making a difference in someone else's life without even knowing it. I am your president of the Real As People Society. God bless you and these United States of America. All right, and my Real As quote of the day is, strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you thought you couldn't. And there we go. All right. So join us again for the Real As People Society crew here on Terradon Entertainment Radio, and catch the replays on TerradonENTRadio.com or Terradon ENT YouTube or on your podcast apps. And you can hit us up on IG at PowerHour_Raps_Crew. I am your president, Ms. Entertainment. You can contact me at MIZZ_Entertainment_ATL. And my chief entertainment officer,
DJ Talented _1 on all socials.
All right, and Jamaal, how can folks connect with you?
They connect with me on IG Jamaal at Jamaal David. That's spelled JamalDaveed.
All right. And as always, I leave you with this: be kind to each other, love one another, keep God first. Thank you for joining. Stay safe, and we're out.